The chaos, Chinedu Okafor balanced a tray of ground nuts on his head, weaving his way through the crowd. Sweat ran down his forehead, but he kept a determined smile. This was his routine after lectures, helping his widowed mother sell whatever little goods they could afford. Chinedu's father had died when he was only 9, leaving the family in deep poverty. His mother, Mama Ifeoma, was a petty trader who worked tirelessly to make sure he stayed in school. Unlike many of his peers who gave up, Chinedu dreamed big. He wanted to become an engineer, to build oil rigs for multinational companies in the city that prided itself as the oil capital of Nigeria. At night in their one-room apartment in Diobu, Chinedu often studied under the dim light of a rechargeable lantern. The noise from neighbors never bothered him. He believed one day all the suffering would make sense. Meeting Amara. It was during his second year at the University of Port Harcourt that Chinedu met Amara Nwachukwu. She was the kind of girl who turned heads effortlessly. Light-skinned, tall, with long braids that swayed when she walked. Her laughter was like music, her perfume left trails in lecture halls. Chinedu first noticed her in a departmental tutorial. She had asked a difficult question about thermodynamics, and while most students whispered among themselves, Chinedu boldly explained the answer. She smiled at him, impressed. After class, she approached. "Wow, you're really smart." "I'm Amara." He blushed. "I'm Chinedu. Just trying to survive this course." Their conversations grew from academics to personal life. Soon they were inseparable, studying together, walking back to the hostel, sharing dreams under the mango trees on campus. To Amara, Chinedu was different. He didn't try to impress her with flashy things. Instead, he gave her his time, his kindness, his genuine heart. And for a while, that was enough. Love and hardship. Dating Chinedu was not easy. He couldn't afford fancy restaurants or expensive gifts. Instead, their dates were roasted corn by the roadside, suya at night, or a walk around Garrison Junction watching the city lights. Amara loved him, but she sometimes felt embarrassed. Her roommates often mocked her. "Amara, fine girl like you dating groundnut seller? Abeg, you deserve better. See how you follow him trek upandan. Don't you want someone with a car?" At first, she ignored them. Chinedu's sincerity kept her heart warm. He would save his little profits to buy her a small birthday gift or help with photocopying her notes. She told herself love was more important than money. But deep down, a silent dissatisfaction began to grow. The temptation. Everything changed the day Amara attended a friend's birthday party at a popular lounge in GRA, Port Harcourt. There she met Chief Kelvin Briggs, a wealthy oil magnate. His presence commanded attention. He wore a gold wristwatch, diamond-studded ring, and spoke with the confidence of someone used to being obeyed. "Beautiful girl," he said, eyeing Amara. "What's your name?" One compliment led to another. That night he gave her N50,000 for transport. It was more money than Chinedu had seen in months. Her friends squealed in excitement. From that moment, Chief Kelvin began to shower her with gifts. An iPhone, new clothes, weekend trips to Lagos. Amara's world transformed. But with every gift came a bigger distance between her and Chinedu. The betrayal. It was a rainy Saturday when Chinedu realized his life had changed forever. He had borrowed N3000 to take Amara out, hoping to surprise her with a simple lunch at a small eatery in Rumuola. But Amara never showed up. Hours later, he found her at a mall, stepping out of a black Prado SUV, laughing with Chief Kelvin. She looked different, more polished, more expensive. "Amara," he stammered, rain soaking his shirt. "Is this what you've been hiding from me?" Her eyes hardened. "Chinedu, I can't keep suffering with you. Love doesn't pay bills. Look around, Port Harcourt is not for the weak. I need a man who can give me the life I deserve." The words cut deeper than a knife. Right there, Chinedu's world collapsed. The heartbreak. Chinedu's world fell apart like a pack of cards. That rainy night replayed in his head endlessly, Amara's cold words echoing, "Love doesn't pay bills." He stopped attending lectures regularly. In his small room in Diobu, he lay on the bed staring at the ceiling, his books untouched. His mother noticed the change. "My son," Mama Ifeoma said one evening as she dropped a bowl of gari beside him. "Are you sick?" He forced a smile. "No, Mama, I'm fine." But he wasn't. His heart was broken beyond repair. News of Amara's new lifestyle spread across campus. Pictures of her in flashy clothes, dining in expensive restaurants and traveling to Lagos circulated on WhatsApp. Friends whispered behind Chinedu's back, "Now that Amara leave him for big man. Yeah, poor boy no fit compete." Only one person stood by him, Ngozi, his childhood friend. She would come to his hostel with food and words of encouragement. "Chinedu, don't kill yourself over Amara. She doesn't deserve you," she would say. But he couldn't shake the pain. One night he walked alone along Aba Road watching cars zoom past. He thought of ending it all. But the image of his mother, who had sacrificed everything for him, stopped him. He clenched his fist and muttered, "I will rise. One day they will all see." Rising from the ashes, Chinedu forced himself back to reality. He buried himself in his studies, determined not to fail. While his mates partied, he stayed in the library till midnight. His hard work paid off. At his final exams, he emerged as one of the best students in mechanical engineering at the University of Port Harcourt. During the convocation, he received an award for academic excellence. His mother wept tears of joy, ululating as she danced in the crowd. Soon after, fortune smiled. Through a scholarship program sponsored by an oil servicing company in Port Harcourt, Chinedu got an internship. His dedication impressed the expatriate supervisors, who recommended him for further training abroad. Months later, he found himself on a plane to Norway for a specialized engineering program. For the first time, Chinedu left the shores of Nigeria. He promised himself never to look back in regret. While in Norway, he worked part-time, saved diligently, and studied harder than ever. 4 years later, he returned to Nigeria, not as the poor boy from Diobu, but as Enger. Chinedu Okafor, a sought-after oil engineer with offers from multinational firms. He bought a house in GRA, Port Harcourt. A brand-new Lexus SUV parked in his driveway. The boy who once sold groundnuts in Mile 3 had become a man of substance. Tables turned. Back in Port Harcourt, Amara's life had taken a different turn. Chief Kelvin, her wealthy sponsor, had grown tired of her. He replaced her with the younger girl, leaving Amara stranded. The iPhones, weekend trips, and designer clothes stopped. She tried to return to school, but her grades had suffered. Many of her friends had moved on, some married, others graduated. She lived in a small, rented apartment in Rumuokoro, struggling to pay bills. The glamorous life she once flaunted had vanished. Worse, whispers of her past made it hard for any serious young man to take her seriously. Meanwhile, Chinedu's name echoed across Port Harcourt. His company handled major oil servicing contracts. Newspapers carried stories of his success. He was invited to conferences, respected by politicians and businessmen alike. One evening, Amara scrolled through Facebook and saw Chinedu's picture in a corporate suit, smiling beside a foreign investor. Her heart skipped. The boy she had once mocked for poverty was now everything she ever wanted. The regret. Amara couldn't resist. She reached out to Chinedu on WhatsApp. "Hi, Chinedu. Long time. I'm proud of you. Can we meet?" Chinedu read the message. Memories of his heartbreak flooded back, but he didn't reply. Weeks later, Amara showed up at his office in Transamadi. Dressed modestly, she waited in the reception until he walked in. "Chinedu," she called softly, tears filling her eyes. He stopped, his staff watching. "Amara." "Yes, it's me. Please, can we talk?" Reluctantly, he led her into his office. She broke down, confessing everything, the temptation, the regret, the pain of losing him. "Chinedu, I was foolish. I thought money was everything. But now I see I lost the only man who truly loved me. Please, give me another chance." Chinedu looked at her long and hard. Once he would have given anything to hear those words. But now his heart was no longer hers. "Amara," he said calmly, "when you left me, you taught me the greatest lesson of my life, that not everyone who claims to love you will stay when you have nothing. I forgive you, but I cannot take you back. I've moved on." Amara wept bitterly, realizing she had lost him forever. Lessons learned. Years later, Chinedu married Ngozi, the childhood friend who stood by him through his darkest days. Their wedding in Port Harcourt was the talk of the city. From politicians to oil executives, the guest list was filled with the high and mighty. Mama Ifeoma, dressed in a sparkling lace gown, danced with pride. As for Amara, she faded into obscurity. She lived quietly in a small part of Port Harcourt, watching from afar as Chinedu's life blossomed. The story of Chinedu and Amara became a lesson for many young people in the city. That true love is tested in hardship. That money without character fades. That betrayal has consequences. Standing on the stage during a youth empowerment seminar, Chinedu told the crowd, "I was once a poor boy in Diobu. I was betrayed, laughed at, rejected. But I never gave up. Today I stand here not because I was lucky, but because I believed in myself. If you're going through hardship, don't let it break you. Let it shape you." The applause was thunderous. And so, in the oil-rich city of Port Harcourt, the tale of a boy betrayed by his girlfriend because he was poor became more than a story. It became a legend.
Daddy mo. Sabi mo, wag naman siya masyadong harsh sa amin ni Gerald. Oras na patulan mo si Robert, hindi ka na makakaapak sa bahay niyo. To, yun ba yung gusto mo?
Ano si Gerald? Bata? At ano nga, nanay? Kaya nawawala ng gulugod ang asawa mo.
At tingin sa akin ng daddy mo, inutil.
Ikaw na nga itong tinulungan ko. Ba't galit na galit ka sa akin?
Pinagmukha mo ang walang silbi.
Kaming mga babae, kahit gaano kami katatal, kailangan namin ang support at pagmamahal ng mga asawa namin. Si Gina, kailangan kanya, anak.
Kaya mo bang sunduin sila, Mindy, sa baby daycare? Kasi na-extend yung meeting ko and I can't. Hindi ko maabutan yung paglabas nila.
Siyempre, kaya ko.
Madi-deadbat na ako, sir. Sumagot ka naman. Umiyak na dating na si Daddy.
Kanina pa ako tawag na tawag sa'yo. Were you driving drunk with Mindy in the car?
Di ko kasama si Mindy.
Nasaan yung anak natin?
Ha?
Were you driving drunk with Mindy in the car?
Di ko kasama si Mindy.
Nasaan yung anak natin?
Ha?
Susunduin mo dapat, diba? You told me you would fetch her.
Sabi mo ikaw.
Nag-uusap tayo sa telepono. Sabi ko sa'yo may ipit ako sa trabaho. So you said ikaw magsusundo sa kanya. Nakalimutan mo?
Kaya mo bang sunduin sila, Mindy, sa baby daycare? Kasi na-extend yung meeting ko and I can't. Hindi ko maabutan yung paglabas nila. Kaya mo ba?
Siyempre, kaya ko. O baka naman iniisip mo, pati sa anak natin palpak ako.
Oh my God. Hindi mo nasundo?
Nawala sa isip ko.
How irresponsible can you be? Ayun ka! Bakit yung anak mo na pamayaan mo? Ayun ka! How can you be so irresponsible? Damn you! Damn you!
Tama na!
Si Mindy, nakalimutan mo!
Tama na! Hindi makakatulong sa sitwasyon. Tama na!
Dad, what are we gonna do? What should we do? I don't know him.
Tatawag tayo ng pulis. Yan na gagawin natin.
Ma'am, andyan na po si Leonard, kasama na po si Baby Mindy.
Oh my God. Mindy, anak. Anak. Malapit sa kanya.
Ay, anak! Oh my God, hello!
Len, ano nangyari?
Sorry po. Na-deadbat po kasi yung cellphone ko. Kakatawag ko kay Sir Gerald. Nung naramdaman ko pong hindi kami masusundo, nagdesisyon na po ako mag-taxi. Ang hirap pong sumakay ngayong oras na to. Pasensya. Sorry na po. Sorry.
It's okay. Huwag masyadong iisipin mo. Huwag kang mag-aalala. Hindi mo problema. Hindi mo problema.
Gina. I'm sorry. Sorry kung nakalimutan kayo usap natin. May nasikaso lang din kasi ako eh.
Sinungaling ka? Naglalasing ka kasi! Huwag mo na i-deny! Hanggang ngayon umaalingasaw ka pa din sa alak! Ikaw nagpresinta na susunduin mo si Mindy. Ano? Nakalimutan mo din yun, ha? Gerard, hindi ko na alam kung anong gagawin ko sa'yo!
Pwede ba huwag kang magsalita dyan na parang problema ako na kailangan mo i-solve?
Alam mo, may nangyayari sa ating dalawa. I don't know what it is, pero may mali na! May mali na sa atin!
So, sinasabi mo ba na ako yung mali?
Sino ba pumapalpak sa trabaho? Ha? Sino naglalasing gabi-gabi? At sino naging pabaya kay Mindy? Ha? Sino? Sino?
O di sige! Ako na yung palpak! Ako na yung mali! Kaya nga nag-sorry, di ba?
Walang magagawa yung sorry mo! Maging palpak ka na sa lahat, wag lang sa anak natin. Isang beses pa na pumalpak ka bilang ama. Saan kita maasahan, ha? Kapag may nangyaring masama sa anak natin, hindi kita mapapatawad!
Tama na! I'm sorry, Mindy. Pinapangako ko sa'yo. Hindi napapalpak ang daddy mo.
Hindi ako makapaniwala. Nakalimutan ni Gerald ang sarili niyang anak. Kawawa naman yung baby ko.
Relax. Huwag mo masyadong iintindihin yung nangyari kay Mindy. Ikaw itong natotraumatize eh. But of course, I understand your situation.
Dad, sobra akong natakot.
Nasaan yung magaling mo asawa?
Hindi ko alam.